Ready for a new journey? Durham School Services is hiring school bus drivers in McMinnville. Stop by.
Hello and welcome to the Pioneer Pregame Show here on Star 107. I am Jeff Simmons. I'm joined by Chris Sullins, and we have a special guest in the booth with us tonight. We are actually not at the game, but we are in the studio. Franklin Fisher. Coach Fisher, we needed to have a little bit of a tie-in. We're playing in the Nurseryman's Bowl tonight. Pioneers are in the Nurseryman's Bowl. We said, who could we get that could give us a little bit of tie-in to the Nurseryman's Bowl? You were on the you were in uniform, not in uniform, but in coach's gear for that game. So thank you for coming in with us and doing the Pioneer Pregame Show with us. Thanks so much for everything you've done for Pioneer football. What is it like seeing the Nurseryman Bowl brought back?
Oh, I think it's great. You know, I anything that would give them a chance to continue to build. You know, but yeah, I actually played in the first Nurseryman's Bowl.
Oh my goodness! The tie-ins.
It wasn't a good night. Chattanooga City came in and they brought a lot of athletes and we had a lot of athletes. I mean, I was just a lowly offensive guard, but we had some good athletes and they just caught us and beat us up a little bit. I think they beat us like 12-0 or something like that. But yeah, I coached the offensive and defensive lines in that last Nurseryman's Bowl Warren County played in.
Yep, that was 1990, and that is until
November 10th, 1990.
Yeah, until about an hour from now, when Warren County will take the field to play the Community Vikings in the newest installment of the Nurserymen's Bowl. Sullins, we're here. We started about back in August.
Yeah,
we were up on the hill. Now we're in the studio because we're cold and we're getting old. We're getting old and cold, so we wanted to be in the studio. What do you think about what's going to happen tonight?
Well, I'm like Coach Fisher. I mean, I'm glad that these young men get one more opportunity. I think that's been something we talked about when we went non-region. It was something that we wanted to have some kind of end to it that could be positive. These kids deserve what they're going to do tonight. They've Coach Fish, and we were just talking about it a little bit. We've played 10 football games this year. We talked about if you went non-region, you need to have competitive football games. They've probably played 8 to 9 competitive football games. They blew some teams out this year, which is there's nothing wrong with that. But I think Coach Ballou is kind of he set a foundation of what he believes in. There's been a lot of positives this year. And let's be honest, in years past, and we've talked with Coach Fisher with this, sometimes it's hard to find some positives when some things are not going as well as you'd like, no matter what the situation is. So we're proud that these guys are getting the opportunity. I'm hearing a lot of good things. Here there could be a lot of some highlights coming for this football team. So let's hope they can get to 6 wins tonight, and I believe they will. Yeah,
the last time Warren County had a winning season was 2020 with the 8-3 football team where C.J. Taylor was the Mr. Football. You got to coach C.J. Taylor a little bit on the basketball court, and before that it was 1990 with Ray Barnes as the head coach and a lot of stars on that 1990 team. Coach, what does a game like that bond? How does a season like that? And then that final game like that bond a group. Like how often? I mean, how much do you still kind of think of those our 90 team and those guys and the coaching staff? How does a game like this bond you?
I think anything like that, will bond you. But that group right there, they were bonded before they got there. I mean, it was like family when they walked in the door, and they continue to fight through any type of adversity that came in front of them.
Good catch.
I was trying my best to get that flying one.
I probably brought it in.
Yeah. So you could kind of see that early with that group.
Oh yeah. I mean, they were just really comfortable with each other, and they were a tough bunch, and they liked getting after people, and they got to the point where before their senior year, we would play a certain amount of music, and I'd let them do their own mixtape. They had some songs on there. I mean, nothing profane, but I mean, it was everything from hard metal to I don't know. I mean, it was all hard metal. What am I saying? There's some rap music and stuff like that. But they loved it, especially the linemen. I think the linemen were the ones that put that together. Snow and Davenport, and Mike Smith, and those people.
It's funny because all those guys were my best. I was the only one of that group that didn't play football.
Yeah, where were you?
Well, because I was thinking about that today. Honestly, I knew Coach. I was not a good enough athlete to play multiple sports. I knew that. I knew if in basketball was something my dad and I had a tie to. So, but that being said, and I'm going to ask you because that group I was tied to with the Smiths and Davenports, Elliott's, all those guys, Matt Snow, the Barry Dillards, James Taylors. I mean, that was a great group.
Kevin Hobbs,
our boy.
Yeah, the nature boy.
I got a story on him.
Yeah, but I got a question. We knew that group. Honestly, we knew as sophomores there was a chance that group was going to be pretty good. Yeah. I mean, when they walked in the door, they were a bonded group, and they had some success at the freshman level and the middle school level. That year when they went 7-3 before the bowl game, how much emphasis did you put on we've got to beat Oakland and Lebanon to get to the playoffs, and how tough was that when you realized probably, I don't want to say midway through the season, but I think the 6th or 7th game you kind of looked and said, if we don't get some help from some other teams, we've lost 2 district games, and this team won't get the opportunity to make the playoffs.
I think pretty much it was intuitive from the beginning. Okay. They knew what they had to do. We didn't have to pick out certain games, but they knew who was important. For example, the Lebanon game.
Yep.
Okay, we drive all the way to Lebanon. It had rained that morning, and we get in the parking lot of Lebanon. State troopers stop us in the parking lot.
Yes.
And the coach comes out there and says, we tried to stop you somewhere along the way. The field's just too wet. And we went, excuse us?
Postponed it.
Wow.
Postponed it to the next night. Let us drive all the way up there. It's a key game. We win that game, we're going to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to drive back up there the next night and play. And whatever the score was,
22-10.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here looking at it.
Yeah.
But that's a downer for a group.
Oh,
You're
that's
ready to
tough.
play.
I mean, we were psyched. We were ready to go, and they turned it around on us right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, getting into that game, you were 3-0 already. You beating Coffee County, beating Cookeville, beating Clarksville, 32-19. Look, a good group, and of course, end up going 8-3. Get to finish off the season with a 28-0 win over Crossville. But what did you say? November the 10th?
November the 10th. I know it well. I had to look back because I want to make sure I was right, because that is the day that Notre Dame played Tennessee. I believe Notre Dame was they were their first or second ranked in the country. I think Tennessee was 8th or 9th. I think Notre Dame won that game in Neyland. But I remember going out. We were going between plays. Yeah. You know, you're going out and watching, and we just got back from a basketball deal because basketball, as right now, it had started. So we pulled in the parking lot. Of course, we're going to watch our classmates, but you're also running back and forth from the TV. And we did like it that they put the 28-0 shellacking on Cumberland County because you kind of knew what was going to happen. You know, the UT game was pretty tight early on. I mean, Mike Beatty did have that game-sealing interception in pregame, you know.
Now, see, then that's where I was going to go to. Mike Beatty's there and you're not there?
Yeah.
No, hey, Mike was a tough kid.
You're a tough kid.
I'm just glad he's giving you a hard time about this because I've only heard this for about 25 years where coach is like, couldn't play football, Simmons?
Left-handed.
Exactly.
Left tackle, backside.
Yeah, absolutely. He pulled the Barkley on us. He didn't want to get hit.
No role model on that. Yeah.
Getting back to Kevin Hobbs real quick.
Go ahead.
I knew Kevin was a solid lineman, and we had a bunch of good offensive linemen, and but I had a scheme in mind as far as mobility, as far as the line was concerned, and I knew I needed a different center.
Yeah, went with Smith.
Yeah. And I looked at Possum. I called him Possum, and I said, Possum, it's not that you're not starting. As far as I'm concerned, both lines are starters. I said because they're all tremendous athletes. They made me look really, really good. You know, two 1,000-yard rushers on the same team.
That's awesome.
I mean, those guys did their job. But I went to Mike Smith, who was predominantly defense, and I said, Mike, I need you to play center. He went, no. Man of many words. No. I mean, this is a guy that would read the Wall Street Journal during my world history class, and I'd ask him a question, and he'd answer it better than I would have answered it. And I said, Mike, do you want to win something this year? I said, I got to have you at center because I plan on pulling the center. I said, it'll especially against even front defenses. Mm-hmm. And he said, okay. when Mike Smith said okay, and I had a light line, and then I had my heavy line, which was the one Possum anchored. I mean, and they played pretty much the same amount of time. I knew we had something special right there, but like I said, the key there was, Tullahoma was better than us, but we could have beat Lebanon if we played Friday night. And this, you say just talking, I'm pretty sure we could. On film, we beat Lebanon.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that is 35 years later, and you're still fired up about it. Yeah. And I'm sure there's guys that were in that game that will be listening to this, and they're like, we would have got them. Yeah. We were ready on that night. So now, 35 years later, fast forward to this, there's going to be guys in 2060.
Yes.
It's crazy to think of that. Put that number on it. That these kids are probably going to be thinking about this night, and what are you hoping they're going to be taking from it after tonight? Because I think there is a golden opportunity. I don't really want to talk a lot about the Community Vikings tonight. I think I think in a lot of ways this is a coronation of the first season under Coach Eric Ballou. What do you want to remember from tonight?
Well, I think it's not only a coronation of the first season under Eric Ballou. I think it's basically saying that we reset last year. We've talked about it. It was a reset. Mm-hmm. Hey, we've I don't want to say we admit we've got some issues, but we're saying, hey, we got to build a program. We got to lay some kind of foundation that right now we don't have. Yep. We decided to make this move probably almost 52 weeks. And it's probably been about 50 weeks because about midway through November is when you've got to make these decisions. So
I think it was announced on almost November. I think it was November the 4th. I saw the Facebook post for it. So we're 67 days ago.
So basically 1 year ago we said, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Yep.
I think it's been nothing but positive. I hope that I think 10 seniors get an opportunity to do what they want to do one more time, and they make the most of it. Let's hope they stay healthy, because a lot of these guys are playing 2 sports.
Yes, sir.
No doubt about it. You know, there are going to be multiple sports. I hope that they understand that they may be the group that actually propels this to a level that we can be, not that we've not been proud of it, but a level where the competitiveness and wins and losses are more in our favor. I think that any time you're a high school athlete, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, you always want one more opportunity.
Yep.
Well, now, let's be honest. For these 10 guys, there's a lot of them, this is going to be the last time they ever put it on.
Yep.
Let's hope they soak that up and enjoy it. Let's hope their classmates are there to help them enjoy it. And when they're walking off that field, I hope they can look themselves and say, hey, I did my job and I enjoyed what I had the opportunity to do as a Warren County High School Pioneer.
Coach Ballou has made this point a couple different times that this is a weird situation in the sense that because we went to the non-region and you knew the playoffs were in a scenario where you get to go and win and you get to play until you lose type deal, that their expiration date on this football team was already set pretty much in stone before they even kicked off to DeKalb County. Now, we backed up that expiration date by 1 week, but they've known for about a month now.
This is it.
November 6th is it. And, Coach, we talked about with the bowl game with this. I can't deal with you right now, Connor. Yeah. But you talk with this being the bowl game, was there any mindset in 1990 where, again, too, that we can kind of take to what we're talking about now is what Coach is saying? This is it.
Well, with those guys, we got to that point, and we didn't get what we wanted.
Yeah.
And I felt sorry for Crossville.
Yeah.
Because they're going to take it out on them.
Yeah.
And they did. I mean, they brutalized them. Yes. I mean, I think probably what this whole deal is, I like the pomp and circumstance. I like the make something out of this season. I mean, and have something going after the season. I mean, I know it's a dead end right there, but again, this is back in the day. It used to be a dead end anyway, but that's what you're aiming for. You're aiming for that bowl game because you top 2 teams out of 20 go to the next level in state playoffs. But I think what you're looking at here is with this kind of success and this kind of notoriety, you're going to get more players. Yep. It's recruitment is what it is. Recruitment.
Yep.
I'm glad you brought that up because I think that is something that we need to – for this to grow, it needs to be a recruitment.
Yes, sir.
We need numbers to increase, and you need quality – of that number, you need quality athletes that are that are on that sidelines. Let's be honest. Hey, that's a great group of seniors right there that is playing one of the toughest sports that there is to play. How you going to get knocked down? It's hard to get back up. And we've had 10 guys to do that this year. But Keaton Reno would probably help this football team.
Devin Fish.
Devin Fish.
Oh, man.
Luke Saldana.
There's a Saldana kid that looks like a Greek god that would probably help this football team. You know what I mean? So you're hoping in years to come because every year you're going to have those type athletes that could be playing, that maybe if not, that maybe will make that decision to play. And in a case in point right now is the White County football team.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of kids that 5 years ago Coach Mitchell would have started basketball practice with a full roster.
Yep.
Now he's sitting there going,
we'll see when they get here.
See when they get here. Hey, that's a great thing for a program now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I will say this much: if I was giving a pep talk to the Pioneers right now, and I'm sure Coach Eric Ballou is doing that over there at Nunley Stadium, where they'll be kicking off at 7:00 on Star 107. You'll hear the voice of the Pioneers and the Warren County Sports Hall of Famer Jay Walker call his 318th consecutive football game and final football game on Star 107 tonight. If I was going to give them one piece of advice, don't break the streak. I was just looking at it. You know that we won 28-0 back in 1990. Well, I went back and looked again. They played it again, and I think it was in 1983 or 1982. They played Glencliff. You know what the score of that game was?
I'm going to say that Glencliff had 0.
35-0.
You're saying
we hadn't given up a point in a bowl game in over 40 years, boys. No pressure.
I'd be putting that on the bulletin board right there. No pressure.
No pressure. We haven't given up a touchdown in the Nurseryman Bowl since 1979 when we beat Knoxville Dole 20-7.
Simmons, the 28,000 people who listen to us right now, if the community does score, there's going to be a boo that echoes all the way to the county line.
46 years of scoreless streak down the tube. I will say this much. Quick, we don't go through you're okay with going through a very quick rapid fire?
Yes.
There's some stats that could be broken tonight too, as well as I hate to keep glossing over this, but I expect Warren County to win this football game. And I think if they play well, they'll win this football game by multiple touchdowns. And there's some stats to be going on here. So tell me yes or no. Y'all think that you've watched the team pretty closely this year.
Yeah.
Brady Swallows needs 14 completions to tie the single season record, 15 to break it. Yes or no? Does he do that tonight?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. He needs 4 touchdowns to tie the single season record for touchdowns passes in a season. Can he do it? Can he do it?
If Ballou keeps him on the field.
Yeah.
So basically that is almost like a situational. Do you think that plays in yes or no? Do some of these stats actually play into some of the game calls tonight?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
For this reason, it depends on the score.
Yeah.
I mean, what you can that's a slippery slope.
It is.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's a slippery slope. I mean, hey, late third quarter, late fourth quarter scores in your favor, and you say, hey, he needs one more.
Yeah.
Have you echoed that to Community's football coach,
Some-
or is the echo going to be as we're meeting at midfield?
Somebody might need to be echoing it up to Kevin Dunlap,
Yeah.
so Kevin Dunlap can immediately say, "And with that catch,
Yes.
Isaiah Robledo has," or Brady Swallows, because you don't want to. You're right. You don't want it to be the third quarter and you're up by 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns, and all of a sudden you're throwing a bomb to Isaiah Robledo.
You're that guy.
You're like, wow. So, but that being said, Isaiah Robledo, is this outside the realm of possibility? 15 catches tonight to tie the single season record.
I think that's a stretch.
I think that's a tough. The thing about Isaiah is it's really he's such a big play threat that if he gets out on the loose, it's hard to get 15 catches if you turn 3 or 4 of the early ones into big play touchdowns.
That would be the reason I think it would be tough, because I think when he gets out in space, he gobbles up so many yards.
Yep.
It's going to be tough for him to get 15 catches. What's the?
I can't deal with this fly.
Did Trevor bring that fly?
I don't know. It's killing me. Yeah.
If you knew they were going to stop the running game and he was a possession receiver,
Yeah.
you know, the Edelman and that type of receiver, and he's just going to catch 5-yard stops and that sort of thing. Yeah, he's going to get 15. But just like you said, he may run a 5-yard stop. Yeah. And he's going to turn a 5-yard stop to 75 yards.
I've got one, and you're the stat guy. Not to interrupt, but
go ahead.
What is the record for single game receptions? The most single game receptions in Warren.
I don't know that.
I
one.
stumped him right there.
You got me.
You got
me on that. But me and
Donnie
Donnie Harris would have to go into the lab and find that one out.
I think 15 would probably be close.
I would say it would be probably pretty close. I'll give you an easier one for it.
Tell me.
Isaiah Robledo, 68 yards away from being the third Pioneer receiver in history to top 1,000 yards for his career. Does Isaiah Robledo get 68 yards tonight?
I think in the first quarter.
Yeah,
Woo!
Probably.
First catch?
Possibly.
It may take 2.
Oh, man. I like the idea that I don't think these are going to necessarily be the make or break of how this game is called tonight, but I will say this much. It won't be hard to make that a focal point, because if you're telling me that the focal point of our offense has to be Isaiah Robledo, I'm like, okay, what changed from the first 10 games that we played this year? It would be a little bit different if you were saying, hey, we're gonna find somebody else who hasn't played a lot, and we're gonna try to make him the stat monster for the very last game. I'm like, no, Isaiah's got like 1,400 yards of total offense this year.
Another thing I think that could happen tonight, and I think there's a pretty good possibility that Warren County wins this football game handily. I think Coach Ballou will then try to spread the wealth around. You want other kids to get involved. Mm-hmm. Not taking anything away from either Robledo, but I would say that you could see Sam decide, hey, I want to get a couple touches tonight. You know, I think you could see that. I do think that there's a really strong possibility that the 4-touchdown mark is broken through the air.
Oh, you think? Okay. I was going to say 4. I mean, hey, if you want to go even bigger, 6 touchdowns ties the career mark, and 7 breaks that one.
we're going to go Peyton Manning on him. He's going to get 7.
Go 7? Go Denver Broncos, Peyton Manning against the Ravens?
I'm
Go
going,
7?
I'm going under on 7.
Yeah, if he was to get to 7, he would be the all-time career and single-season leader in Pioneer history, Brady Swallows. So I'll tell you this one. I'll be interested.
Okay. And you know I'm going to make a comment.
Go ahead.
Let's say he's at 6.
It's one of
Let's
those.
say he's at 6.
That's a great question.
Does the leader of the school system radio down? I'm just saying, hey, because if it was, I might radio down like, hey, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Who is that? Oh, mercy. Oh, Hutton. Hope all is well, guys. So I'm hearing the Pioneers will treat this game like NFL teams treat the Titans. Stuff every stat sheet possible. Thursday Night Football. Love the show.
Hey, I got a question. Hey, Hutton and that old Titan deal, how's that worked out for us? Whoa.
Yeah, oh, mercy, goodness gracious. Yeah, I will be. It would be interesting.
Yeah,
if
I
all
mean,
of a sudden
if
he has 4 at the end of the first quarter, you're like, could he get 3 more?
Yeah. There might be a special headset. If you see Baloo pull one headset off and he puts on another one, somebody made a call.
Hey, well, Blue has texted me and told me that he wants that hot dog.
Oh, he does? Okay. Tell him if what I've heard is true. He's fixing to get a hot dog. I promise.
I'll be interested to see all the thing about that is tonight there is some a weight kind of lifted off of this game needs to be serious. Yes. But it should be memorable, and some of that stuff could make it super, super memorable. And otherwise, the fact that you're done. I mean, it is weird to think in 3 hours we're done. Yeah. We're done with football for another year in Warren County. It's tough. So I mean, I do hope that if there are some what's the downside of that other than the fact that you're gonna, like you said, be a tough handshake at the end of the game.
Sometimes that can be tough,
and you might end up breaking. You might not have a very good relationship with a program that you've never played before. And might never play again at that point. But other than that, I'm like, I think Kevin Dunlap could be your big friend tonight.
One thing that might help that relationship is maybe the check.
To make sure the check don't bounce.
There's some revenue involved.
A little rev share?
Yeah. It was, as we're sharing revenue, like, hey, you're still getting the check. Okay?
Hey, appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for bringing your team again. We may do this again sometime. And if they're like, never, I'm like, okay, well, sorry. Here's the check.
Here's the check.
Not bad on that. Not bad at all on that, man. I'm looking forward to it. I hope everybody else is looking forward to going over to Nunley Stadium, or if you're going to stay home and watch it, there's a great chance that you get to hear Jay Walker. Yeah. Guys, y'all have been around Warren County sports, and you started playing about the time that you were finishing up about the time Jay was taking over. Coach, you were coaching, and you got to go through. Give me your best Jay Walker story while we have about 5 minutes. Sullins? Or just your message to Jay Walker. It doesn't have to be your best Jay Walker.
Well,
story.
I mean, Jay Walker's just like the guy sitting to my right. I mean, these guys, Coach Franklin Fisher and Jay Walker, they're icons or legends.
That's why they got Hall of Famer in their title.
County, okay. Some of the best Jay Walker stories. We've all heard the one at Stone Memorial when Jay Walker, who never does this, tells everybody in Warren County we're on the road. Coach Sullins actually needs to call a timeout. He was exactly right. We needed a lot that night. Listening to him when CJ goes nuts against East Hamilton.
Yes.
Because Jay's excitement, because I think Jay was a lot like the community that night. When he hit one, he's like, well, I hope, hey, we need him to start doing that. Then about 3 in, he's like, hey, if he can hit about 3 more, we got a shot to win it. And then just being a part of some success and Jay getting to call it, he's always been very professional. I don't think anybody's ever said he spoke out of turn. Yeah. You do this for 30, and let's be honest, in high school athletics, we've all dealt with announcers that, and rightfully so, we are homers.
They slapped a disclaimer on us and within like 2 weeks.
Jay Walker's the guy that's been very professional. He's going to be very, very tough to replace. Yep. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm glad he's getting the opportunity to do this one last time. I think he'll go out with a W. I'm glad his family's got the opportunity.
Yeah, that's been awesome. Awesome. Coach.
Yeah, I was Earl Dugan, and right when I walked away from football, that's when Jay came in. And but to tell you the truth, he never missed a beat. He didn't know anything about volleyball, but at least once or twice a year, he would send a message out to me and say, "Would you come in and spend some time with me?" He and Jeff Barnes, and we would sit in that studio over there, and we'd go for about an hour, and we'd talk everything. And what he didn't understand, he'd ask about, and then he would understand it, and he could, as the years went by, he could ask about certain aspects, the setters, the defensive specialists, and things of that nature, because he's a student of every game he participates in. And that's what makes him special. And he always took care of us. He and Jeff Barnes always took care of us. I mean, we were real lucky in this community because the media takes care of everybody. And you took care of us. Stubb took care of us. Rob took care of us. I mean, it's important. And he was one of the first guys that didn't know a thing about volleyball, but he wanted to be included.
Yep.
One of the best ones that I forgot.
Yeah.
And Coach Fish because Coach Fish has drove buses before.
Still driving buses.
Still driving. But when we're going to the region tournament over, when it was played in the Chattanooga area, you've always got to go over the mountains. Well, Jay, he'd want to ride with us when we're going to the region.
Yep.
Hey, Coach, can I come? Hey, absolutely, Jay. So, like I told you last night, it's kind of some Uber stories like Trevor was telling last night. Jay and I are sitting up front with assistants and all the players in the back, and there was a couple times we had some rookie bus drivers, and then maybe we're going down the mountain, and you're thinking, man, I just get me down the mountain. And I'll never forget, Jay looked over one time and says, boy, I didn't feel too good about that one.
Yeah, I feel that way every time I go over that mountain. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we're going to turn it over to Jay here in just a second. We should make sure to let everybody know, though, that although it is now the postseason, there were some people that made the pregame show happen this year, and that was Tree City Realty, Scooters Coffee. We also had Coffee County Bank and Coffee Bank and Trust, and again, too, we should thank Greens Power Washing, who did a good job on the pressure washing up there for us. So all their sponsorship and patronage, all that, and then again, too, we should go back and say that from the very start of this season, Pioneer Pregame Show, when Sullins put out the call to help feed the football team, that there were a lot of businesses in this town that stepped up and helped us raise over $5,000 for Warren County Athletics. That includes Sullins Transport, Walnut Transportation, Prater's Barbecue, Mud Bums, Lee Holland State Farm Insurance Agents, Jonathan Hutton, our guy with Outkick, McCorkle Landscape and Morrison Mill, North Warren Lawn Care, Blue Line Lawn Care, J&A Fence, First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, Chris Springs Market, Gray's Family Pharmacy, Napa, McMinnville, Rimco, Fusion's Nursery, Kirby and Wes Williams, Mr. James Bennett and Dr. Courtney Bennett, Caton Farms, Generation Gaithers, and Justin Tanner, Exit Realty. Thanks so much to all those businesses. Thanks to everybody that's been a part of the Pioneer Pregame Show. I don't really have a lot more to say other than we're going to try to turn it over to Jay Walker. But, hey, Chris Sullins, thank you so much for being here. Coach Frank Fisher,
hey,
thanks so much, man.
We got to get him back in here.
He might be a Wednesday guy.
Yeah, he's a Wednesday guy.
He might be a Wednesday 5 o'clock guy. Hey, we're sending it off to Jay Walker. Hope everybody enjoyed the Pioneer Pregame Show on Star 107.
I appreciate that.
The mic.